We're going to come to the Unity Hub like we always do. And we're going to activate that license. We're going to log in. And come up to activate new license. Unity Personal, I don't use it Professional. Now we have our license, so we can go back to Preferences. This is where I want to click on Learn. I'm going to scroll down until I see Playground, Unity Playground right here. And I'm going to open that up. I'm going to say Download Project. And then Open Project. So now that Unity has opened up, we need to save this first before we can go any further. So you can do it one of two ways, either the X, or you can go to File and Exit. When you do that, it's going to ask you if you want to keep, forget, or cancel the project. And I'm going to want to keep this project. So when it asks me that, this is where we're going to save it to that temporary file on our desktop. So I'm going to click on this PC, then the up arrow to get that temp shortcut. Double click it, and I want to rename this project. So it's up to you what you want to call it. And I'm going to go ahead and click Save. The project's going to close. And now I need to go back in and I need to reopen that project. So we're going to come back into Unity Hub. I'm going to go to Projects, and I'm going to go to Add, this PC, then the up arrow, double click Temp Shortcut, click on the folder, but don't double click it to open it up, and click Select Folder. Once it's there, we're just going to open that up, and now we can go ahead and start following the tutorials in the video. So we're going to come over to the Scenes folder, and we're going to click on that, and then I'm going to right click, come up to Create, and come down to Scene, and I'm going to call this one Space. You guys can name it what you would like and hit Return. I want to double click on that scene so that now when I look up at the top, I'll see Space here and Space there. Now, and I want to save the scene, so I can go to File, and I can go to Save, and I can go to File and Save Project, and now my scene has been saved to that temporary folder. So now we're going to come over to Images, and we're going to open up the background folder. And we want to take this BG space, otherwise background space, and I'm going to add it in here. I need to make a little bit of a change to it so that it tiles for me. So right now on draw mode, I'm going to come over to Simple, and I'm going to select Tiled. And on the sorting layer here where it says Default, I'm going to change that to Background. So now watch what happens as I make this bigger. Notice how it just kind of repeats. And I'm going to zoom out because I want this to be fairly big. To zoom out, I'm using the wheel on my mouse. You want to make sure that it extends out this. This is the viewport of the camera. So now we're going to come back into this Images, and we're going to come down until we see spaceships down here. And we want to grab this red one and again, just drag that spaceship in. We're going to add a couple scripts to our player here. The spaceship was going to become our player. We are going to add a couple scripts to this that are already completed, and we're going to click Add Component, and we're going to type in Push. And you can see that this push script pops up. Once I select it, it is going to go ahead and pop in. When we added this push component, you're going to see that this rigid body got added in. The script is tied to some of these physics in our game. And on this rigid body 2D, we have gravity. Since we are having an object fly in space, we don't want it to just start falling down, which is what the gravity would do. So we're going to zero out our gravity scale. And now on the script down here, you have your push strength and what axis we are going to push it on. So right now it is 5, and we're going to leave it at that, but this is a number that you can play with as you create your game. By adding in that script, we also have this arrow, and this arrow tells us the direction it's going to move as well as the intensity. So if I were to change this number to a 10, you can see that the number or the arrow changes and gets bigger, so it's a bigger force that's added to it. Before I play the game, I want to just slowly kind of make this a little bit smaller. Now we're ready to click play. And we say over here in this input key, we're going to use the space bar to move forward, and you can see it move. While you're in play mode, none of these changes. So you can click play, and you can make changes to this. Maybe we want it to be a 3. And if I hold my space bar down, make sure to click on the game screen to activate play. And I move, you can see it moves slower, but when I get out of play mode, notice it goes back to a 5. Anything done in play mode needs to be redone, so just remember what you're doing.